Yep. So this is a match that I'm playing. So my team we have is a very unusual matchup because my team has no marksman and we are playing with two assassins, Penny and Hanzo. I'm using Argus. I would say that most of the time when we are playing like that, right, it's very likely we'll lose because assassins are very dependent on buff, and if both of them need buffs, right, and they're fighting each other for buffs, none of them will be effective in their role. Yeah, and they are all trying to snatch buff from each other. So I come in without much expectations. I think I got this high strong feeling that we'll lose the game. But later you'll find out that we managed to win, and that's because both assassins played relatively well, and somehow the other three teammates managed to support them, which is including me, Jawhead, and Luo Yi. So if you look at the enemy combination, right, we have a few people with relatively high health, like Kadita, or rather high regen, high regen health, Kadita, Tigreal. Roger is sometimes built as a character with very high regen and health. So, but because he'll have a lot of life steal. And then here we have Leomon. Yeah, Leomon used to be very popular, but nowadays he's losing relevance. So I have a very tough early game because I match up against Tigreal and Sylvana. Two of them are very strong. They are, in fact, actually now I match up against three lah. So it's not Sylvana. No, there's no Sylvana. It's just Nana and Tigreal with a lot of CC. If I'm not careful, I can easily get caught by them. And when you're caught by them, you just lose. Yeah. So yeah, now it's pretty conservative. We are not trying to kill anyone at such an early stage in the game. At least from my point of view, I'm not trying to kill anyone. I have no delusions that I'll be able to kill Nana or or Tigreal. Yeah, you see, all the health is very low, right? But his passive will allow him to take a few more hits from me before he will even manage to die. Yeah. So I just basically just spend my time farming and trying to survive in the lane. It is a very conservative approach. Meanwhile, the top it seems to be that they are playing a rather dangerous game. Very aggressive game going on here. Yeah, this is me. Yeah, I am playing extremely conservative. And you'll see that the trouble is our buffs are all easily taken up, and these two assassins are trying their best to take the buff without much success. Oops, Leomon managed to kill. Yeah, somehow things are not going well. Yeah. I didn't really get to observe, but I think Hanzo was playing quite well actually on his side of the lane. I'm playing against a Nana that isn't that tricky. This Nana actually overextends quite a lot. And the most difficult Nana I play against for Argus are Nanas that stick very close to the tower, and because they can easily CC you and just use the tower to kill you. But this Nana tends to move out too much. Yeah, you see, this is how difficult it is to play against Nana and Tigreal combination, because they have such strong CC that even Nana is such a small little silver of health within steps, close within a few small little distance from you, you can't even kill her. Because Tigreal will protect her and effectively just might even kill the tower. I would have died if I didn't on my ultimate just now. So this is so they are pushing. They definitely going for to take down this tower. Like not I don't mean they are going to take down this tower now, but they are aiming to take down this tower. I think this is the foolish part. Tigreal shouldn't have done that. Yeah. Yeah, this is a dumb thing. He go and push me into a tower and he used his ulti. I think it was a miscalculation on his part. Or he thought that Nana would help him to win the game. So because I have such low health, I didn't want to go about attacking the enemy and being involved in the front line. Yeah. So instead, I let Hanzo take the front line lead. Yeah, while I just try to take back a little bit of health when I can and heal myself to sustain the lane. So I noticed that so far Nana and Tigreal had gone back a few times, right? I think I've only gone back once or twice. So I stayed on the lane much longer than them. Yeah. And I think my ulti is probably ready already. That's why I'm so daring to stay. Okay, finally it's time for me to go back and heal. One of the things that I learned since playing is that you have to sometimes learn to let go and go back and heal. You are no use to the team if you feed. And it might waste a little bit of time, but the map in Mobile Legends is quite small so the time you won't be wasting too much time, although you might be wasting precious opportunities like to take down tower, to kill the crab and all that kind of stuff. So I decided, well, since the tower is going down anyway, and I can't really do anything to Nana, why not I just try to come here instead to try to take the next wave. So the tower is going to go down whether I stand there or not. Might as well do something that helps. Okay, somehow it didn't work, and I think I end up in a far more difficult situation than before. And they went to fight. I am not really that interested to fight. Instead, I want to push. So I let them fight. While the enemies are all like killing each other there, I'm actually running okay, I end up coming over to help. But only after I managed to stop the creep wave from pushing to a tower. Yep, so I managed to get a double kill here. You see, the important thing is not so much about killing. I know Argus is a killing machine with the right items. But I can tell at level 8 you are hardly a killer. To be honest, you don't have enough items to really deal significant damage to the enemy. Yeah, because if you check the number of items I have now, very little. I have these items only. One Demon Hunter sword, one boots, two things. Nothing lah. I don't think it's really enough for me to do anything actually. So the focus is really about objectives. You push efficiently. You make sure that you try to stay alive. You don't feed. I think these are really the basics. If you can fulfill these basics, you should be able to at least settle most of the games quite comfortably, and you will likely get silver or gold kind of thing. Okay, this was a bad move. I didn't CC Roger properly. If I CC Roger properly, you have won already. I mean, Roger would have died. Yeah. But we didn't so yeah. Yeah. Yeah, of course, but Roger came back for us, which is funny. Okay, this is a stun part I should have flickered away. But either case, we managed to win this skirmish. So right now, you look at the goal difference, it's only around slightly less than 1. It's definitely around 500 goal kind of difference. Around almost 1k difference. But it's still 10-10. So and also both sides have 2 towers now. So we are quite balanced at this point in the game actually. But I think the tilt is going to start soon. So you start to see the game tilting. So this is Luo Yi trying her best. And yeah, Luo Yi managed to get a kill. Hanzo is trying also to kill the enemy. Jorge also. I'm still trying to farm and push downstairs. You notice I spend a lot of time pushing basically. I know I'm not very useful at the I'm useful at the front lines, but I don't want to waste my time fighting wars that I cannot win. Instead, I'll create space, you see. Like, when I know that my allies have the ability to get in and out very fast. I lack the ability to get in and out very fast. But what I can do is I can help to push and take down towers and things at the side. This is a very strange thing. Leomon comes to find me. He starts to run away. And before he could do anything, I think this was a flicker issue. I do this I have this problem sometimes. Before he can run away, he just died. I was about to take this tower, then I realized, shit, Roger is coming. If I'm not wrong lah, Roger will come later. Not yet. Not yet though. He gave okay, Nana came. So I don't want to spend time at the tower killing the enemy. See, the whole idea is I just want to push, farm efficiently, and go back to pushing again. So you see, the difference between us and the enemy is I think the enemy has a lot of wasteful movements. They spend too much time wandering around, checking bushes, doing things that are not particularly helpful to the objectives. But for me, every single second, that I'm doing, I spend time trying to kill. Oh yeah, this is one of the most interesting part of the game. I think this is the epic part about Argus. Nowadays, Argus with Flicker is rather difficult to die when even if people ambush you. After you use your first move, right, you still have a flash. I mean, you still have a dash. Okay, yeah, still after you have a dash, you have a flicker. If your flicker doesn't work and they catch up with you, you have an ulti. And by the time you finish your ulti, right, and if you have bought some cooldown items, right, your dash should have been activated and you can run away again. So, I think this is Argus is to me lah. He's amazing. He's built like a. He's not really a traditional tank per se, but he can become like a bait that takes a lot of that takes quite a few damage. That's his current role in the game actually. He becomes annoying. He deals a lot of damage. He also becomes a bait to take the enemy's ultimates, stuns and whatever, and try to basically aggro away for your team. But that is only at team fights. At this stage in the game, I don't think he is able to do this. Okay. This is actually I do it on purpose. I estimate when I will die, and I know that I probably can outplay Roger. So I purposely did that. I pretend to run away basically. I intend to go back against him using my ulti. But for any game that helped and it worked out well. You'll notice by now actually the one that does a lot of work is actually Hanzo and Fanny. These two are the ones that are like really going around killing and doing a bloodbath. So yeah, this is me. I spend. You notice I don't waste time. If the enemy wants to run around, I don't know, doing what dumb shit, and we let them do it. They want to cluster fuck. Okay, sorry for vulgarity. If they want to cluster around, waste their time doing inefficient things, we let them do it. But our objective is always to push, to take the nick, to take creep, or things like that. I tried to attack a lot because someone in my team actually, I think it's Jawhead, told me to go ahead and start the law, but I realized something bad is going on in mid, and that's why I stopped taking the lot because I know that there's some, if you were to take a lot in mid, you'll be wasting your time, and me will come and steal. So, but I also noticed there's a potential to kill Kadita, so I just come here instead to try to kill her. Also, another reason is because I don't want Loi to die. Loi cannot solo Kadita. Yeah. I mean, he can solo maybe if Loi is much higher level, but here, Loi and Kadita is very similar in their level. And this is Roger. Something is happening at mid just now. Basically, where I was dealing with Loi, where I was dealing with Kadita, they were doing quite well at their end also. So right now is actually the difficult part of the game because the thing is both teams are almost equally matched. It might seem like we are winning, right? But it's not true because they have a lot of late game heroes. They have Leomon, they have Roger, and if we are not careful, right, any at any point in time, they take lot, or if the game extends too long, and they build the items all fully, right, they have a very high chance of winning. Yeah, so that's why we need to find some way to end the game, but do it intelligently without feeding. Many times, one of the attempts that people try to do is to just run into the game with a desperate beat to try to, I don't know, to get some kills and end the game. But you don't end games by getting kills. You end games by controlling the lane. You end games by making sure you push at different angles so the enemy can, so that you get to run away. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is one interesting situation where Argus managed to run away. So then, yeah, you notice that this is the part where, yeah, the right timing is so important. So notice that no actions wasted. The moment my health is restored, if I cannot go back base, I'll choose not to go back base. Instead, I'll try to push. I'll look for opportunities to push. I think it's this point I did something dumb and I think Leomon killed me. Did he? I think yeah, he did. He killed me. He killed me. I remember he killed me. Yeah, stupid. It's my fault. I don't know why. Somehow I did something that I also dumb. But I keep telling my allies to wait because I know that they are encountering a lot of issues. If you see, you want a coordinated attack. You don't want a situation where each person jump in one by one and then you end up getting creamed by the enemy. Getting killed by enemy because they're like, oh, through 1v4. It's a constant 1v4 situation. Actually, look at this. Jawhead dies. Then another person jumps in and try to attack without much success. And then and end up a lot of people end up dying. Fanny also is trying to do something funny, right? But didn't succeed. So, but right now you notice the interesting thing is that enemies are wasting so much time. They could have been pushing. Instead they spend their time clustering together for I don't know what reason. And yeah, Hanzo attempts to kill Lord without much success. But I come in to help him. Yeah. I think it's just because Hanzo is not built for this. This is the critical part. We managed to get the Lord. But we could have easily lost the Lord also at this part of the game. And I think it was just by chance we managed to get the Lord. So actually it was a very huge gamble that managed to pay off. I will not advise doing that actually. Yeah, because you don't know. That's the issue. When you lot too early, and when the conditions are not right, you go and lot. You end up creating a situation where you have a very high chance of losing. You see, you notice that actually by this stage in the game, enemies are really strong. I was actually extremely worried that we will lose the game. We can easily lose the game because there's simply a lack of coordination on my team. But at the same time, we are not really built to win a game around this timing in the series. The only person that's really built for late game fights is actually me and maybe Hanzo. Yeah. The rest of the enemies the rest of them are really not built for that. So what do we do here when we are encountering this kind of situation? You have to take it from a perspective where you are trying to tackle different issues. So and you have to try it from different angles. Like so while Hanzo is dealing with mid, I try to deal top. We try separate and we just try to have a sort of like a barrier like a circle, like an area of influence, and then make sure that the creeps are constantly being pushed in, and we hold out until the next lot appears, and we try to take the next lot and win the game. This is the part that I think I played stupidly. Yup. One of the dumbest thing that I do. I don't know why from time to time I tilt and I do this kind of thing, like go into a crowd with no plan and then just die. So because ML actually is a very team dependent game, you can't just go into a front line and expect to play with and expect to 1v5. In the past maybe when they are overpowered heroes, but Argus is a relatively well balanced hero. You can't do that kind of thing and expect to end up winning the game and things like that. So it's not like last time where you can like 1v5. Yeah, unless the enemy really suck lah. In this case, the enemy is not that bad. If you look at it, they only have a slightly lower goal than us, and they have more kills than us. Now at this stage in the game, they have 31 kills. We only have 26. They have a bit less goal because they didn't spend their time taking down towers. So our towers are largely intact. Their towers are gone, and I guess that accounts for our goal lead. So I would say it's because we push rather efficiently as compared to them. They spend too much time wasting their time doing I don't know what they were doing lah, farming or like doing things that are not necessary to push the game forward. Yeah. So this is Fanny trying to do something cool. This is me. I think I'm just here to try to push. But I as a rule of thumb, I will never push into a base unless there are good reasons to do so. Like the enemy is really a weak position, then it's time to make that push. Most of the time I try not to do so because I am very afraid of wasting time and feeding the enemy. So yeah, I think this is the part that's very crucial where they are trying their best at the front lines to deal with the enemy. Yeah, they are doing whatever they can. So our team is divided in two lah. While they are trying to deal with the enemy, right? I am. We are killing lot on our side, and I think they managed to soften the enemy good enough for us to come in and get a kill. Like this. So yeah, I just basically because I have my ulti, so I'm not that worried. I can just on my ulti and fight them. Yeah, and we don't need to worry. But even then, it doesn't mean that we are invincible because the fight will weaken us and it will take another. We need to have a period of to heal out a little bit before we can even storm the base. So it's very important. This is a crucial mistake. I didn't realize that I was quite prepared for Roger to come in and attack me. But he turned around and I thought that he would have run back to heal or something or defend the central part, but he didn't. So then this is the point where we are losing we are almost winning the game. They are trying their best to defend, which I think is quite good, commendable actually. Unfortunately, they didn't manage to defend it well and they are dying. So I mean, it's not defeat for me, it's defeat for them. Yeah, my side won the game. Okay. So, yeah, you notice the MVP is the Hanzo. It's not saying that. Okay, you see that Fanny, Loi, and Jorge, their scores are quite low, but it doesn't mean they didn't play well. You see, that's the thing. The scores doesn't really reflect their actual performance. They were doing quite well in distracting the enemy and doing what is necessary to actually push the game forward. So although they die a lot, but I think they also contributed a lot to the game. Instead, you notice that despite me having such a relatively high score, my damage was actually very low. my greatest contribution was in pushing towers again. So yeah, this is the situation. Then on the enemy side, obviously Roger is the one that deals the most damage because we go into a late game already. Item wise, everyone is above 10,000. So I mean, everyone is above 10,000. So probably we almost all of us have our full build already. So this is my build for this game. I purposely have Wings of the Demon Queen because we need a little bit more health when dealing with these people. Yeah, so that's it.